All right, y'all. What's going on, man? Once again, let me kick my shit. Pearl, and friends. Me and Yana finna turn the fuck up. Yana, I'm gonna ask you right away. I ain't got time to be playing. What in the fuck going on with Will Smith and his crazy ass wife? Help me out.
Man,
I really don't even know like what really happened and shit. I be looking at say cheese and shit. Like
mhm.
this little blog and little company and shit, and I be getting my info from them. So I don't know how accurate it is or what it
I
is.
mean, basically, Chris Rock told a joke. He said, Jada, I love you. Then he said, no, he said, love you, Jada. G.I. Jane, too. Can't wait to see it.
Right.
Will walked out of the audience, walked up on the stage, slapped him, sat back down. Chris Rock was like, damn, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. And Will sat down and said, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And he said it twice. And that was pretty much it. That was it.
Hey, when you saw that, did you believe it? Did you think it was like a prank or some shit?
Um, Initially, well, I didn't even watch. I didn't watch the Oscars. Somebody had told me about it, and
Yeah.
then I was seeing it on Facebook, and it just because of the direction of his hand, it looked fake to me.
Yeah.
But I went on Twitter because in Australia and Japan they didn't censor it, so
Oh,
you can hear when he hit him.
oh, he hit him for real.
Yeah, he hit him for real. That
Oh, so
smack
they
was.
did some. So here they did something with the footage.
Yeah, I don't think you saw it, but I don't think you could hear it as well as you could when I looked at the video from Australia and Japan. And just the position of his hand didn't look real because he didn't slap from here to here. He went down like that. So
Right.
that's what kept it from looking real.
And he had a smirk on his face too. Like I think he had a little. I don't know, but okay. So I've heard way worse jokes than that about people about way more tougher people than Will Smith. And so it
So
ain't
here's the thing: Jada got alopecia, and that's why she shaved her head.
what
And so
what exactly is that?
it's a autoimmune disease that causes hair loss.
Oh, okay.
So she started losing her hair and she just shaved her head. And I didn't know about this because I ain't never liked neither one of them. So I don't keep up with what they got going
Right,
on.
right.
But she apparently was very public about her struggles about her hair and all this kind of stuff. And she shaved it. So when he told the joke, Jada had this look on her face. And that's when Will got up and I guess well, the way people been taking it is that he was defending her. Personally, I don't think that's what it was.
You don't.
Uh-uh.
What you think it was?
So again, ain't no fan of Will Smith, so I don't know. This is secondhand information, but people that
Right.
have read his book said that he talked about how growing up he was always seen as a coward. So he said he grew up watching his mom be abused, and he never did anything to try to help her. And then he watched one a little girl in the neighborhood get lured into a sex predator's house, and he didn't say anything. And so I think a lot of it was a lot of his inner turmoil, like he in pain.
Yeah.
And he talks about that in his book. They say, like again, I refuse to pay for it. If somebody give it to me, I'll read it, but I
Right.
don't like Will Smith like that. So,
So yeah.
but so that's why I don't think it was just about Jada. I think that might have been the straw that broke the camel's back. But I don't think it was just about Jada. I think it was more about him than
Oh,
it was her.
now you the first person that came with that I've heard, and I think to add to that, since he been with Jada, he been having this thing. Like I can't imagine like that Tupac shit. Like it's like very very. I mean, he said something about it one time. He was like that shit was intimidating to him. Like
Right.
the fact. So I think, and then recently with all this entanglement shit, and then the fact that Tupac shit came back up again, and that's always been like over just a cloud over their relationship. And she never really like if you my wife, like you got to kill that Pac shit, baby, like for real. Like I ain't like you know what I'm saying. I don't know what you got to do, but you got to. And she never did that. Like it was always like
But
so.
I think it would have been okay if, I guess, losing somebody in that way. I mean, I've never, the closest person I've lost to me is my grandma, and I got past that. It took me a minute, but I did.
Right,
But
right.
she was, and my grandma was also old. You know what I mean? So that
Were they
makes
really that close though? Like
so.
were they?
I think they were. I think they were relatively close, and that's why, she probably knew stuff about him, and he knew stuff about her that nobody else knew. They were tight like that. So
Were they ever together sexually? Or she said no, didn't she?
don't get me again. I don't do Jada,
Yeah,
so I don't know.
yeah.
But
There's something about them.
I mean, I think, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think that had anything to do with it. He just, again, secondhand information, but several people that have read or listened to his book said that he said that when he got grown, that he was not going to be seen as a coward. And
right.
so part of that was, I think part of it was ego. I think part of it was other things that have been, inner turmoil just in general.
Yeah, it definitely showed vulnerability, like in my opinion, because I mean, honestly, Will was like just a squeaky clean nigga. Like he couldn't do no wrong. And,
Right.
and so when that happened, it's just some seem fake about it, and that could be it. And if that's the case, I mean, you got to have some sympathy for him. But right now, man, like they tearing his ass up. Like, I mean, as far as defending your wife, not when it comes to comedy. Like you can't.
Well, Chris Rock has been saying stuff about them and Jada for a while now. So
Oh, see, that's what I okay. See, you gave me some game now. So
yeah, he done said some stuff about them before. Remember, I think it was 2016 when they call themselves boycotting the Oscars because when no black people being nominated or whatever the case may be. And apparently he had something to say then as well.
so what I said was I said the only thing that could really justify him is if he's told that man before, like, hey bro, you gotta goddamn, come up with some more material and shit. Like, don't talk about it. Like
Okay.
and
So
yeah.
go ahead, because it's something to that too that
Uh,
I
okay, so what I'm saying, if I do that, now I still know it's a chance that you can tell you're a comedian, and comedians can take me telling you that and turn that into a joke.
absolutely.
But
So
yeah, go ahead.
here go the thing. So it came out that um Amy Schumer wrote that joke. And so Chris he didn't do that off the top of his head. He read it from a teleprompter.
Really?
Yeah. He read it from a teleprompter. Um it was not rehearsed because they rehearsed the Oscars and all of that stuff. It was not rehearsed. And they said that Will told him not to tell that joke.
Oh,
So he did it anyway and got smacked because he didn't try to defend himself. Like when Will started walking up on the stage, Chris Rock did not hit a defensive stance. Like a street nigga, he
yeah,
would have seen that dude walking up on the stage and he would have squared up.
right. And he
And
didn't.
he didn't do none of that. He kept his hands behind his back because he really didn't know what was gonna happen. And then when he got popped, he was like, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
So let me ask you this, just from a like, I want to, from a woman's standpoint. How do you
Mhm.
feel about Chris Rock in this situation? Like, what's your? I've been asking women. I just want to know what's your thought about.
So personally, so everybody is making it that Chris was making a joke about her losing her hair. And I don't think that was at all what it was. I think it was the fact that her hair was cut, like, and it's a cute cut on her. She got a little head, she got the perfect face for the cut. But I think it was about her having the cut, and that was the same cut Demi Moore had when she played G.I. Jane.
Absolutely.
I
Right.
don't think it had anything to do with her having alopecia. And that's what a lot of people are making it about. But I don't think it was about that. I don't think he was joking about her having that disease. It was more about the haircut being similar to G.I. Jane. And
You know what? And just because there's doubt, if there's any doubt, bro, you can't do that shit, bro. You can't. But I'm gonna tell you what. I've been listening to people talk about it, and I heard Steve Harvey, out of all people, he said some real shit. No, it wasn't Steve Harvey. It was Shannon Sharp. I don't know if you know that. You know who Shannon Sharp is?
Shannon Sharp from my daddy hometown. Shout, of course I know who Shannon Sharp
Oh
is.
shit, your daddy from Look, what is that? Thomaston?
Glenville, Georgia.
Glenville. Okay.
Ain't nothing in Glenville but the prison.
Damn, sure is.
That's it.
Yeah. Hey, so he said, like Will Smith, like didn't do nothing but really just add to the fuel that's been burning for years and years in that, and especially him, even a mild mannered black man like him can't resolve a problem without resorting to violence, shit like that. Now, there might be some bullshit or whatever, but the overall perception, that's what it really is. And I got this white guy that I work with. I be having him on here sometime. I'll put him up. I like ask him some questions and shit because he hate Joe Biden and shit. Like he hate that motherfucker. Trump supporter. But we friends though, Like he's a friend of mine. Like we, aside from politics and shit. But he said I really don't understand why. He said I understand defending your wife, but uh, uh, I understand defending your wife. Hey, I understand defending your wife, but if you why would you want to defend her in that little bullshit situation? Excuse me, y'all. I just got this fucking distracted. Uh, the way they have sex and shit. Like you let a whole man have her, man. Like the little dude entangled with her and shit. And,
But see, you can't. That's comparing apples to oranges. They have always said that they had an open relationship.
So that ain't got nothing to do with it.
No.
Right. Okay.
They two different things.
Right.
I mean,
you're right. Sexual preference has nothing to do with it. Yeah.
Right. That ain't got nothing to do with it.
That's right. Fucking right.
If y'all got that agreement, now it's different if the agreement ain't there.
But you're right. It has nothing to do. But see, you know what? Some people, some group of people, especially like this guy Lent, they're a friend of mine. What we have in common is guns. Like he's a great. I've actually bought some guns from him. Yeah, this shit documented. Yeah, he sold them to me. But they really believe that shit. I mean, he didn't say that in a he wasn't trying to be mean or anything. He was asking me like, how you, and I was like, damn, bro, I never really, but I like perspective. That's just his perspective. Just like I'm giving you, but I mean, you shut shit down quick. Got to do with like they be fucking dogs. Like, wait a minute. So I'm gonna tell you how a real nigga like myself feel about it. I feel like that was some sucker shit because this is a big old green room and like that room in the back, man. Y'all got all that shit. So if you really feel really some pressure, you want to give a man the opportunity to not be startled. Like that's sucker shit. Like at least hit him in the back. Like so, y'all ain't nobody gonna get him a twin. Yeah, it ain't gonna. He did that shit for sure. I think like he did that, and it probably had something to do with.
It was definitely ego. Some of it, I feel like some of it was definitely ego.
Yana, you the first person to explain to me what if this is true. It's premeditated. If he knew about that joke,
but he also told bruh not to say the joke though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if he told him not to say the joke, he knew in his mind if the nigga say the joke, I'm gonna go on the stage and bust his ass.
And in real life, he didn't react until Jada reacted.
See, that's what I don't.
Because the look on her face was like she rolled her eyes like this nigga here. And when he saw her reaction, that's when he got up. Now, me personally, I'm gonna tell you about me. Because I'm gonna give. I've read this. People say the same thing, and I'm in agreement with this. If me and Derek were out, so Derek and I were at something like this, and somebody said something to me out of the way that Derek didn't like, and he was on his way up to the, especially in front of folks, to smack that man, I would have pulled him back.
Thank you. God damn it. God damn it. Yeah.
That's what I would him back, and I would say this ain't the time or the place. I will whisper his ear, catch that motherfucker outside. Don't do it right here.
Y'all see this? See, yeah, Yana,
Catch
see,
his ass outside. Because to me, and I don't believe in politics, was an all black production.
that's what I was about to
Will Packer produced the show. The presenters of the awards were all HBCU students. And that shit was black as fuck. So
It's almost
while
like he went to work for them white folk. Like, yeah, I be thinking crazy, man.
so number one, Will Packer made history by doing this because it's the first time it ever happened. You had two black women that were co-hostesses. That's the first time that ever happened. And granted, I feel like all of this shit is performative because you know everybody on our side right now because all the stuff that has happened before. So it's performative, but you got to get it how you live. Okay.
Yeah, right.
So even though Will got gazillion dollars, and if he never made another movie, he won't go broke. You done fuck with other black folks' money.
Right.
Because now it's some old, we told y'all niggas don't know how to act. We ain't having them back here no more. Fuck that black shit. It is what it is. So now you have taken money out of the pockets of people who don't have what you had.
Let's be honest. I don't mean to cut you. Let's be honest. Like you don't even really like I'm kind of pissed off about this now because you just brought a whole different because it took light from those people. Now I'm gonna let you finish. I want you to finish, but Shaq won an Oscar. Him and Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I guess they produced something or something, but they won. But black people dominated this shit, and for him to he stole life from his fucking self.
He did.
You won. He won the biggest shit of the night, and ain't nobody talk. Everybody talking about this shit.
Exactly.
And then the way she acted, like yeah, like she had a smirk. Now I saw her with a smirk on her face when he walked.
Yeah.
Like I don't like this shit. Like she's supposed to do what you said, Yana.
She should have pulled him back. Now I'm not victim blaming if that's what it is, but because for me, like I said, the way I see it is this again, you showing out at somebody else's house. It ain't about it being white folks. It ain't about what white folks think about you because you've always been the white man's Negro anyway. So it ain't even about that. It's about everybody else.
So she don't care about you in that moment. You're like the like okay, the greatest thing in the world, in my opinion, is with that union that y'all have. That y'all got that type of bond that there's no bond greater than this bond, but besides your bond with God.
Right.
At that moment, your inner whatever the fuck you want to call it kicked in. He like, bro, you can't do this right now. And he'll stop right there.
Yep.
And then so because that's what a real nigga gonna do. That shit was staged, and to me, they just like they worse than a thought and a duck ass nigga, and they supposed to be up here with. So I can't imagine Jay-Z and Beyonce doing that.
Yeah, no, Jay-Z would have got the car. Jay-Z would have pulled that nigga to the side, or like it's a whole lot of different ways he could have handled it. He could have turned that shit into a joke. He could have been up there. He could have went up there and been like, you know what, Chris, that's a good idea. We gonna produce this shit.
You remember when I ain't gonna say their name, but me and Julius, them, our team, they were going against the other team. Mm-hmm. What these lame ass niggas used to do is like, like I remember one time I told a nigga, I'm like, nigga, I'm gonna shoot the shit out you, nigga, right in front of Mr. Smith. I got 10 days, right quick, like that. But I was so serious, and I was because they would wait until like, why you want to buck when Mr. Smith? Everybody in the cafeteria, the principals, they sitting right here. You want to buck right here, as if I'm going like you gonna shut Pearl down,
right?
I'm gonna bust your whole ass. I got suspended for that, but wow, that's what that kind of shit is to me. Like, cause you could have, bro, you could have. It's so you're right. It's so many ways.
Like for me, my thought was you should take that shit outside because number one, you did this shit on live TV. There ain't no speculation. You smacked this nigga on live TV. Them white folks could have rushed your ass on that stage and locked you up right then. That's number one. You'd have called that nigga outside. It wouldn't have been necessarily been no cameras, no video cameras. People might have snapped shots of it, but then it would have been pure speculation as to what happened.
You took money out of folks' pocket, like you said.
Or you could have stayed your ass in your chair and still said, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
It's true.
Because that's enough of a warning right there.
it would have been a bigger story in my opinion because it would have been more real. And I did tell you don't say the joke. See,
Right.
I would have. You're right. I would have rolled with that.
He could have just sat in his chair, and as soon as he said it, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And that could have been the end of it. My thing is, I don't even have a problem with him defending her if that's what it was. I don't even have a problem with the slap. It's the fact that you did that shit on live TV, shouting, and the fact that number one, again, it was a complete black production, and you took away from everybody. You took away from yourself.
I didn't even. Yeah.
You took away from Questlove, like all these people that came after you. You took away from that shit because your ego. And again, he been saying that he's been in therapy, he's been in pain, he got some anger issues that stems from the things.
This shit bigger than you know, Will Smith. This shit, this particular fucking
absolutely. Because y'all are the ones who boycotted, who called for all black actors and actresses and singers and artists to boycott the Oscars in 2016. So now that everybody got the chance to be on this national stage, and again, we're a power packer. Not only are you a black dude, but you're an HBCU graduate.
right.
You put other folks on because now you got HBCU students. You gave them opportunities that they may have never had. So 9 times out of 10, ain't gonna be no more black production. You can forget that.
Yeah,
because your one piece of ego-driven psychological bullshit done fucked everybody. You gonna be good.
How do you think black Hollywood gonna fuck with Will in this aspect? Like, I know he gonna have people that, like, how do you think? I mean, because what you just brought, like, I'm gonna tell you something, Yana. 2 things. I've talked to 50 niggas about this. You gave me the really shit. Like, you gave me some shit really then, like the way he should have handled it. Like on some real nigga shit. I respect you for that, but also, I mean, I've had people bring up that I have more people talk to me about the money that Chris Rock is gonna make from this.
Oh, nigga, his shows have sold out because of this.
So they'll be fine. He'll be fine, and of course Jada and Will be fine. But those other people, everybody's gonna be fine. But this could have took those other people's career, especially Love. Love been doing so much shit, and he's always been a background person. And right, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot more that goes into all of that than it's more than just about him. And I think that, you know, when he got up and gave his speech, I think he was remorseful. It was like, and I'm gonna have to find it because one of my Facebook friends posted like the whole psychological effect, like even the chemicals in your brain that kick off and tell you to do certain things when you in a trauma response. She broke that shit down, and it was like something in his brain kicked in and told him to go up there and do it. But then by the time he did it and thought about it, that shit had turned off, and another part of his brain was like, nigga, you done fucked up. And that's the part that had him on stage crying. Because he cried, you know, he boohooed and cried after that.
Yeah.
On stage giving his acceptance speech.
Okay. So, yeah, you gave another interesting point. That's
all he had to do. He should have just sat there and thought. And I know sometimes some things are a knee-jerk response, but she wasn't in no harm. That man hadn't put his hands on her. He didn't call her no bitch, no hoe. He did not have a joke about the entanglement. Like, there's a whole lot of places he could have gone. And all he said was G.I. Jane 2, I can't wait to see it. That was like to even think that Jada was worthy of that part. You know, it could have been taken a whole lot of different ways, but
yeah, it's too like broad. It's not like so, but you know what? Nobody said this. Will wasn't ready for what could have happened. Cause when he hit him, he like, bro, you ain't fit, nigga. You don't get to walk away when you hit me.
But he knew. I guarantee you, he wouldn't have done that shit to Mike Epps. He wouldn't have rolled up on Martin Lawrence. He knew who to roll up on to do that shit to.
Yeah. And he's probably been in situations with him to where he know.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, Chris Rock, motherfucking 56 years old. He ain't hardly finna fight nobody.
then he shouldn't have to. He shouldn't have to at this point.
No, he almost 60,
That-
and
yeah, that's fucked up. I ain't even like. That's another point. Like everybody, but my thing is, I said it that night. My brother called me right when it happened. I made a little. I did a little cast on it. But I said, I hope that he's okay, mentally because, uh, in the shot. Let me tell you something. I said something about this on the cast. I was dead serious. I was in the fourth grade, Humphreys Elementary School on the south side. This nigga, okay, my sister was in the sixth grade. He was a year older than my sister, but he was still in the fourth grade. Walked in the cafeteria one day and slapped me. Bow! Same year Natasha, the girl beat me up in I got them fourth grade was bad for me. Oh,
that's all you going through it in the fourth
yeah,
grade.
yeah, I was bad as hell though. I just had got wet. Trust me. But and I was tough as fuck. Now the school go to the fifth grade, then we go to middle school to sit. So I'm in the fourth grade. I'm Mr. Fourth Grade. I go with Sonya Price, Sunshine, the girl named Sonya Price. She, I was pretty tough, and I ain't really lose no fight. And I stayed in hospitality. I stayed in some apartments that it was like 1,000 of motherfuckers, and we was bad. We fought every day. So anyway, he slapped me, and I sat there in the chair like then nothing happened. Like shit, what the fuck y'all doing? Everything. I was fucked up. I was fuck that nigga hit me so goddamn hard, man. And
He probably shook.
he slapped it, but that's when I learned. I don't know if you probably don't remember when we were coming up, but that's what I was known for. I I was always the one to start, like because I knew I just hit a nigga. Like I used to like the way it feel to see like a nigga squirm up because they don't be expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and that's what it was. It was like a shock and awe, but
It was.
I said that like when nobody. I was like shit, everything because the girl, yeah, Sonya Price, Tanya Gay, Tanya Garrett. I remember the motherfucker name. Marcia Dawson. Ooh, all the motherfuckers. Ooh, I god damn. And I still to this day don't know why the nigga. I don't remember his name on that. And I'm fucked up. And I really want to know who he is. I want my one. Fuck it. Fuck that. Yeah, he about goddamn. I get him. But the nigga was old as fuck. I don't even understand why they didn't even pass that nigga on, man. That nigga, he had no business. If my mama could have locked him up. The nigga had a mustache. Like right in the fourth grade. Yeah. He was dumb as fuck. See, back in the day, they ain't pass, my voice fucked up.
That pilot fucking with you.
Yeah, that shit had me, man.
Yeah.
That's some weird shit. Sound like a fraud, but I'm gonna be all right.
But yeah, he wasn't ready. Like because you can tell he stood there. He held his same stance with his hands behind his back. He was not prepared for Will to come up there and do that. And I think so. Getting punched, somebody punching you, and somebody slapping you is two different things. Because a slap, you might expect to get a punch. You can see a punch coming because the nigga gonna already be in. But Will just walked up there just as calmly and smacked him. And he, like I said, he didn't come from back here. If he came from back here, Chris might have had an opportunity to brace himself, but he didn't. He came like this and smacked that man going down that way. So
that's the worst.
and I mean, and Chris Rock from Brooklyn, so I'm pretty sure, people was like, well, Will Smith taller than him, so what? The bigger they are, the harder they fall. He might could have took his ass. But again, this nigga 56 years old.
And he had no business putting his hands on that man
He
about.
did not. And then the thing about it is, Chris Rock was being a bigger man about it than Will, because he openly said he was not gonna press charges.
Right. And if he would have pressed charges,
he would have been well within his right.
Yeah, because I would have no problem with it, me myself, but our community, it's a part of our community that would ridicule him for that.
Yeah.
Will Smith was wrong, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think the apology shouldn't have been to the Academy first.
No, it shouldn't have.
The apology should have been to those that came before him, and definitely to Chris Rock.
Yeah.
This man, look up Kareem Abdul-Jabbar when you get a chance to read what he wrote.
Oh, I read it. That shit was long as hell, but it was hard.
Yeah, it was like he ain't never played the radio. Like he wasn't getting the fuck back in the 70s. So
right.
He don't and it's I'm a street nigga, man, like to the core. And I just think you don't that's like out of bounds. Like it's certain things. Like, I'm gonna tell you something. We don't like. I remember when I used to be having a problem with niggas and shit. Like, I kissed the nigga. Like, wow, got him. That nigga with that girl, man. He with his wife, man. Oh, he with his baby mama and shit. Finna do that shit. Or
Yeah.
like, it's certain things you don't do. You definitely don't. Any kids around you, sir. That was an out of bounds move. Even in Hollywood, I bet, because especially with the way we're looked at already. But you said the most important shit. It was our night at the fucking Oscars.
Yep.
After they have given Denzel Washington an Oscar for acting a fool, ain't got nothing on me. In the same year, Halle Berry had to fuck the white boy. Damn near fucking for real.
That's what everybody been saying. That's what everybody been saying.
After we've been treated like that, after shit, the way they treated Monique.
Yeah.
After all this shit, and then you, one of the niggas who get the pass, and I like him. I like him because he, in my, like, I didn't know he went through what he went through. I really sympathize because I know what I went through.
Right.
And I know how hard it was. So I can't even imagine some of the things he, man, and he got a crazy like that. In my opinion, this is my opinion. He didn't need Jada Pinkett.
A lot of people have been saying that. A lot of people have said that she's never been good for him because the things that she does and the type
of got him running, man. She got him,
and it emasculates him. Like, she just as a woman, I can appreciate her because she's open, she's very free. She's very open about her sexuality. Like, she doesn't have anything that she's ashamed of. She's very open. And that's very rare for Black women because we've been over sexualized for so long that we don't talk about sex openly. We don't talk about the things that she talks about openly. So as a woman, I respect her. Really and truly, I'm gonna say I don't like her as an actress, but as a woman, I can, with some of the stuff I can rock with.
All right, coach. So please let me rebut that. In my opinion.
But I do agree, she's not good. I don't think she's good for him.
The moment, the moment she did that though, when she started to, me and a group of guys, I believe I can speak for a lot of guys. That's not the same Jada that I knew in Jason's lyric. Like, she used to be sexy to me. The moment she became like, I'm this free bitch. It's different from being Erykah Badu. You understand what I'm saying?
But you know what though? She was always free like that. She was, because she said that her mother and her grandma, even her grandmother. So that is the women in her family are that way. So she said her mother and her grandmother were always open with her about sex.
What is that way, Yana? Can you please?
They were open. They were very open and honest.
Okay, so
they were always open about, like she said, they talked to her about sex. A lot of times, and I don't know about other communities.
Are they hoish, Yana?
No, I don't. Okay. But they talked to her about sex. They were always open. They had an open door policy. No subject was taboo. They taught her about masturbation. They taught her a whole lot of things that in real life, if we teach our children these things, they'll do a lot less. But they didn't hide anything from her. So and she's like that there, she's like that with Willow or whatever the case may be.
I don't think that shit working out too well, Yana, because I'm gonna tell you what.
They too
them motherfucking children. That wasn't funny about the slap. I just seen a nigga 2 weeks ago, him and the little dude, they having a conversation like father and son, and and they like sound like two fucking white boys in the valley. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, fuck, look, like, and I'm like,
but that's their upbringing, though. You gotta think, but that's their upbringing. You can't really
fault them. I know they're in the valley and shit. I'm just being
So that's just they're a product of their environment. I mean, they got rich people problems, not Black people problems.
Yeah, they ain't got no real nigga problem, but goddamn though, it's like he be wearing fucking he dressed like Prince and she dressed like goddamn Bobby Brown. I don't know, man. I understand free. Man.
There should be a limit to freedom of expression.
Yeah, because it's only so much free gonna go down in this bitch because you gotta wait till you get your own, get on out this bitch before you can be free. You can be free as you need to be, but we ain't finna be doing that, motherfucker. Got butterflies coming. What you doing with the butterflies? Oh, I'm gonna try sex with butterflies tonight.
But again,
Like
then we talking about rich people problems. And Jada was she always talked about how she was free to express herself.
So was she allowed to fuck when she was like young and shit? Apparently,
I can't remember if she's ever talked about that. I don't necessarily think so. I think that, but I also feel like, I don't know if she was or not, but I feel like the fact that her mother and her grandmother were so open and were willing to talk to her about sex and masturbation and her body, that may have kept her from doing all of that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because she didn't need to go and see
experiment.
Right, because hell, she knew about it and she can handle. They taught her how to handle it herself, if that's what she needed to do.
Yeah, she is a strong mind. Yeah, see, I want a chick like Jada. I ain't got time. Like, I ain't got time for all this shit, for all this out shit. Oh, I want, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to try to talk to her when, because she too. Yeah, she complicated.
So, but I don't think like they look good together. But I don't. I mean, I tried to put my mouth on nobody else's relationship, but I feel like
I like that.
People say that they're saying that she is not good for him because he just seems to have been in turmoil since they've been together. However, based on what he said in his book, he already had some inner turmoil. So she ain't got nothing to do with it. That's all him.
But that
person might be helping it though. Because whose idea was it for them to have an open relationship?
Oh, it was hers.
Oh, I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, put it like this. Most men, if I rolled up on Derek and told him I wanted to have an open relationship, that nigga would look at me like, you must be out your fucking mind.
Yeah, you about to close
that. And the first question gonna come out his mouth is, what nigga is it that you want to fuck that's making you decide that you want us to have an open relationship?
I ain't even thinking no nigga. It can't be no nigga because you can't. Yeah, you want to like. I'm thinking like, damn. You want to bull dyke now? Like, is that a bad word? Because I don't want to get in. Like, is bull dyke a bad word?
It's I mean, it depends on who you ask. It's supposed to be. So let's just say it is.
My bad. LSGP. We got there. I'm down with y'all. My niece gay. Tip. Shout out. I fuck with gay. I'm old. I don't know. But I imagine that's like saying nigga.
Yeah.
So we can say nigga all day, but we can't say. I don't know about that LGBT shit. But
it's one of the things like. So I used to have this dude that used to work with me was gay, and he could call it's the same thing as us being able to call each other nigga, but other people can't do it. So he would refer to other gay men as faggots and sissies, but those of us that are not in the community couldn't do it.
Oh no, that shit ain't.
It's kind of the same thing. It's just like my homegirls we can be talking and they can call me bitch because I know it's not a negative connotation. But somebody on the outside who don't know me can't roll up on me and be like bitch, because now we got a problem. Because you don't know me like that.
It's bitch like to black women, it's a term of endearment, basically.
Amongst ourselves, yes.
Yeah, But as soon as the nigga call you a bitch, it's wrong.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. When I was younger, I thought that shit would bother me. And my ex-husband called me a bitch one time, and I laughed at that shit. That shit tickled me.
Because you fucked up. Like, yeah. So
I don't know if it was because I was shocked that he did it or that shit. I just knew that I always felt like if a man called me a bitch, that shit was gonna piss me off. And
you were built up before that, Yana. That's like a Decatur girl. Like, bro, you gonna have to come harder than that. Right. Like, for real. Like, yeah, man. Yeah. So
I'm up there, your motherfucking mama variety, and we gonna keep.
Hey, you see what I'm saying? That's why I never, because that way I always came back. I fuck with the east side, the west side. Them not like you. So it's certain shit you don't say to set yourself up because they coming whether they mean or not. They coming. They just
That's always my go-to. I used to tell my son if somebody say something about you, tell them they goddamn mama and keep it moving.
I be wanting to say that all the time, like, but now since shit, I'm monetized on this motherfucker now on my Facebook and shit. So I, you notice
But
I be mad. But sometimes, sometimes I be so mad I don't give a fuck. I be like, man, fuck them. I'm straight. I just go in because I be having people. It's funny about this social media shit. It's like niggas can like have a whole motherfucking like I'm a bunch of OPPs, not the old one that not of them talking about the op, they call them ops. I be niggas ops. I'm older than motherfucker. We went to high school together. I ain't got no to be no nigga ops. I guess I adopted my son ops. But they so goofy. They be looking at me all day. Like, and I don't know if I'm gonna tell these niggas that boy can see when y'all be looking at stuff and they don't. And so a couple years ago, I'd already like they'd be fucked up already. Then a couple years ago I did like I did some awful stuff and then my partner called me. You know him too. He say, Purdy, man. He said, they ain't have shit. He like, they ain't got a dime up here. Like, why we, like I told you before, you don't need to hurt nobody who ain't got them, bro. If you go to prison for killing some motherfuckers who ain't got them, bro, so I'm saying all that to say, y'all need about to find y'all something to play with. For real.
Find something safe to do.
Yeah, find you some goddamn do something, man. Or if you need a hug, I'll give you a hug. Cause what I got, man, please. I'm just doing this shit. I'm having fun doing this. Okay.
In real life, they do need a hug.
Yeah, they do need one, and they know, and they people be telling them because people. One of Tupac's favorite lines. One of Tupac's favorite raps. He said they witnessed me strapped with gats. Knew I wouldn't play that. Like them folk know like broad daylight for real. Just like I'm on some Will Smith shit, like some Big Willie shit. Broad daylight. But nah, that's but I did say this though. I tried to turn it into a positive. We ain't gotta be goddamn shit. He did use his hands, goddamn, he ain't shoot him. Young niggas, stop shooting, fight. Stop fight. You remember nowadays, we fought like hell.
And then the thing about it, y'all fought like hell. It might have been cool afterwards.
Yeah, for real though. Cause the east side, we used to fight each other like every day, but every now and then, some niggas from down there, goddamn by Cedar Grove or wherever, Columbia, get into it with some west side niggas. Man, everybody click up, man. We used to click up to go fight the west side.
Oh yeah.
Yep, on God. And so yeah, but I just think damn, you just broke it down. Like you just broke it down. I ain't heard nobody really, but maybe I'm listening to the wrong people. But you say the people that's hurt behind it. What about that one person that got that Oscar that nobody knows? That somebody, so, but they did say, oh boy. Now I wonder, I know he got to talk about it in order for him to, like, because people go.
You talking about Will?
I'm talking about Chris Rock when he do his show.
Oh yeah, he going to unless him and Will Smith come to some type of agreement where he got to sign some shit that say he ain't got to talk about it. He can't talk about it. He
Boy,
gonna
you
talk
can't about shit. I mean, tell me what I can't talk about. Oh, you better be glad I didn't get you locked up and sue your ass. He can't.
But you know what though? I think so. They both afterwards apologized to each other.
Oh really?
So Will issued an apology. And then Chris Rock also issued an apology. So I think that the world probably made it bigger than what it actually was. Because, and granted, it might have been their PR people might have told them to do it. Who cares? It was still done.
I don't think
it didn't make Chris Rock look bad. Again, his shows have been sold out ever since.
Right. I think for both of them to apologize is like nobody like the shit shouldn't have happened then.
No, it shouldn't.
I don't know. I'm mad though. I wasn't even pissed off about it, but the fact that you said, I mean, you brought an interesting point about people gonna lose. They could see when white people win that shit, they get everything that come with that shit.
Yep.
And you're right. We'll never see another black, producer.
And the thing is, and now the Academy is considering taking the award from him because of their code of conduct. So
really,
yeah.
Oh, he might think he untouchable. Man, they put.
No, I don't think he wasn't thinking. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't thinking, and I got to find. I can't even remember which one of my Facebook friends posted it, but she posted the whole psychology behind it. And unless he can come up with a reason and give them a justifiable reason as to why he did that shit, and say that it was just stuff, because what it probably was, and this is what people say, is a lot of stuff that has just built up and built up and built up. Because he been getting clowned ever since that entanglement shit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and
What?
it's like
I don't know.
That's what I don't see. This what I got. This what I got the problem about, Yana. I don't like the way I don't like the way she looks into the camera. And first of all, this open relationship shit.
It's some bullshit.
And in our community, at a time where the black family has been like JJ them shit, that shit been long gone. Like we ain't sitting at the table no more. You know what I'm saying? And then here they come. They are definitely, whether we want to accept this or not, and whether they want to accept it or not, in the grand scheme of things, they are looked at as one of our like power couples.
Yeah.
And they fucking embarrassed us.
Well, you know what though? People, so the thing about open relationships that the only part of that I ain't gonna even say I can agree with, because I ain't agree, because if Derek came down here and told me he wanted an open relationship, we filing paperwork tomorrow. The thing about open relationships is it keeps people from lying to each other in a relationship. Because
fucking lie, like, we ain't got to be fucking other people for us not to lie to each other.
Absolutely. However, but that's one of the major things that people lie about in relationships is cheating. So if you take away the need to lie, then it's open and honest. And usually, excuse me, just from what I've read, that there are rules that you have to abide by, which to me would take all the fun out of it. To me. So they got rules. There's certain things that they can and cannot do. But that's on some old.
It's some sick and psychotic shit. Is this part of the marriage part that they talk about the Bible? Like, I don't know. I'm just like, what part is this?
It's not. It's not. It ain't nowhere in it. This is some man-made stuff. But to me, it gives. I don't know. I mean, I guess people say that we are not naturally monogamous. They definitely say that about men, that men are not naturally monogamous. So if that's the case, let the man basically cheat in peace, because that's what he's doing.
I don't.
Now, usually with open relationships, the man is open, but the woman ain't. But they both have the opportunity to do whatever they want to do. But 9 times out of 10, we ain't, because if I got to sleep with other niggas, what I'm with you for?
That's what I'm saying. I've always wanted a situation to where, like, my people get on my motherfucking nerve. I swear to God, I've never been as mad. I ain't never really gave a fuck like about 3, 4. I don't, like for real. Like, y'all have to figure it out, like to see who the 3 were. But I ain't all that. Like, I've only done it 3 or 4 times, but she's made me madder than I've ever been mad in my life. But every aspect of the shit that I need to be covered, it's covered. That's all I ever wanted. Shit, I'm still a player, man. I be like, you ought to see my goddamn inbox. Like, my shit be lit. I did. Ooh, I was killing shit on Facebook and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? For years. Like, no disrespect, all love. But I don't even have the urge to, like, I don't be stuck. Now I do I like to pop. Let me kick my shit. Pop it with Pearl and Yana. I just like to. So I go out sometime and just gonna go to Magic Night, see if I can get one of these bitches. Without I it's like I don't know. I guess it's like practice. I just want to see if I still. And what I've learned is that it ain't even about none of that country shit that I was just talking about. All this. It ain't about none of that. It's about I got confidence and I articulate sentences and I'm comfortable with myself and A lot of people are fucked up. Like I'm fucked up. I'm going through shit. A lot of people are fucked up in the head
Mm-hmm.
for no reason. So it's like I'm the type of person that I talk them. I don't know something about me and younger women though. Like I just got a talent, and it's like I was just, yeah, for real though. The fuck, gotta be truthful. And man, that shit's so easy, man. I, but I don't want to take it no further than that because I don't need to. Everything that I want, everything I need, I'm still teaching her though. It's certain things. She from somewhere else, so she don't understand certain things. But my daughter put her own game. They love each other. But my daughter, I raised her. She
Mm.
she had to let her know, like, nah, so you got because people got Atlanta fucked up. People think this shit like, especially people from up north, they come out here, they see the sun and people, hey, how you doing? And lemonade and apple pies and shit. But
Right.
they don't know about our side, like the dark side. Like they don't know about like how. So what happens is the dark side. Shit, you're safer in out there than you are out here. Where I'm out here, like what I'm saying. I stay
Mm-hmm.
out here by Chattahoochee River and shit, and it's like when niggas come out here and like I had an incident the other day where a nigga knocking on the door trying to sell water. I don't play that shit. Now, granted, it was a real situation. I can show you now. We got big jugs of water and shit like that. But my dude, if we want water, we'll go. We don't need nobody to be knocking on our goddamn door to solicit us for anything. Now,
Mm-hmm.
that's just Decatur in me. I don't talk to people. Hey, how you doing? Keep it moving.
Right. Right. Right.
Hey, my daughter told her today. I'm gonna tell my daughter say, "Will she be out?" I show you. I got a link. I want my daughter to come in and talk to you. You'll like her. She cool as fuck. I post her sometimes. Real pretty girl. Real. She she told her too. She carried a pistol for real. Uh, but my daughter been robbed before. Check this out.
Okay.
My daughter got robbed with a pistol. I was living in Gainesville, Georgia. I was out there getting my shit together. Gainesville. Hot dog, what's happening, baby? Uh, they called me. My baby on Glenwood. This is my neighborhood in Young. On Glenwood. She got out the 107 coming from Shamley High School. She caught the 107 walking up fucking what's the street? I can't even think. Street. I'm so mad right now. I can't even. But somebody pulled a pistol out on my daughter and robbed her. Like she was in high school. She was in 11th grade. Might have been 10th grade. And yeah, that did something to me. It made me. I'm just thinking about. I don't even know. I'm fucked up right now. I wish I end up. You know. You know. I, but that did something to her. So, cause I used to tell them all the time, cause their mama were real loose. I remember one time we was in South Carolina. I'm gonna get back there. We was in South Carolina. And they from her mama from Chamblee and shit. Hey, how you doing? Hey. I get out the car to go in the mall to go meet a nigga. I had to go sell a nigga 4-way or something. We was selling. I was staying in Chamblee.
Mm.
I was selling. I don't know what the fuck I was doing out there because I don't even. We had South Carolina Mall. I done took some niggas to work and shit, whatever. And did I? Nah, I'm tripping, yo. But when I get back to the car, she say, "Look, I just bought what is supposed to be some DVD players or some shit. Like this was back
Mm.
in the day." I opened the box up on yonder. Now the nigga didn't slide cause I thought it was gonna be some bricks or something. It was a real appliance. It was some radios, like some little AM, FM radios and shit.
Mm.
I shouted like, bro, shut, like, listen, get your ass out the car, go in the building, come out of the building, get in the car, take your ass, don't talk, don't get nobody no dollar, don't get nobody no, don't do that. They thought I was just being mean and that I was just, that's just you can't like
But because
if a
you know.
nigga if a nigga try to holler at you, okay, let's do this. You walking in the store, I'm like, hey, how you doing, me lady? You like, hey, how you doing? Fine. Shit, what's up with you? You married? Like, yes, I'm married. Yeah, you getting the fuck on.
Yeah,
Cause
I'm gonna keep walking.
the motion keep walking, right? If you
Mhm.
stop, the nigga think, I got you now, I got you. This motherfucker must not don't be from here. That's how
Mhm.
that's how we think. They be lame niggas though, not we. They be lame because ain't nobody on that shit. They be duck ass niggas. and rape women and do fuck shit like that. Like, yeah, y'all some hoe ass, bitch ass. Like, I wish I could catch one of y'all niggas ass niggas. Like, I don't like rapists and shit like that. Y'all some fuck niggas. But they don't understand that you open up a window. Now,
Mhm.
everybody's not like that. I get it. I don't trust the risk. And I don't give a fuck if the risk is only 2%. I don't want you to be that 2%.
Mhm.
I've been on told you some shit. Yeah, them
Mhm.
niggas robbed my daughter and shit. And out there where I'm from though. And see, that's another thing. Y'all goof ass nigga be doing shit to folks that you never know who you fucking with sometimes. Leave
Yeah.
people alone, man. Let people stop fucking with us. Like we gotta stop doing this shit. They're like, I know the little stripper girl got killed, man. The stripper girl got killed, man. She went to church, man. I told a story about it. She went to church. And them church folks so snooty and shit. She left about the church, man. She left the club, went to the church. She was trying to turn her that Molly and shit had her fucked up, I guess. She was trying to turn her life over. Them stupid ass, freak deaky ass bitches turning their nose up in her, whispering, basically ran her out the church. And she left the church and she went and got fucking raped and she got killed, but she went to the fucking church to get some help. See, this is shit we do, like black folks and shit.
But you know what? That's I ain't gonna I ain't gonna put that on black folks. That's church folk.
Yeah,
There's
that's what I mean too. Yeah, you're right. You're
it's just
absolutely right.
church folk in general because not that I give a fuck about what white people do, but I also don't want it to be that that's something that black people that people think it's
Yeah, it's
exclusively.
done. You're right. Hey,
That's
hey,
that's
hey,
a
this why I
church
fuck with her. This why Yana on here with me, cause she got enough nuts and she don't even have them to scrape me. That's why I love you. Got fucking right. It ain't just us.
yeah, that's a
Chinese folks,
church
goddamn everybody.
people.
The
It's,
Jews, them
yeah,
Jews. Hey, matter of fact, one of my best friends, a Jew, Ron. They worse than all of us, cause I work with them, and them the biggest motherfucking snobbish. They do it to each other too. Like,
yeah, they do.
yeah. So you're right, and I appreciate you for straightening me. But I want to say that I think the church is one of the biggest fraud shit in our country. And not only did that take place, I needed the church before it got that same feel, and it just don't feel good. Like fuck it, y'all don't want me. I don't need to be here.
But you
But
know what? Though? But that means that was not the church for
it's
you.
just one for me. Yeah, I know it.
Okay, so
But I just want to speak every now and then. I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna speak against that because
right.
old girl, we was watching a movie. And I know God sent this motherfucker to me. We was watching a movie. I don't want to watch no this shit. The fuck you talking about? I want to watch something happy where this preacher took over a church where an old preacher died.
Mm.
He moved to the town or some shit, and he had to go speak to the church for the first time. A bunch of old folks, they've been with the church years. He went in there and he told him he appreciated everybody, but he need the real sanctified folks, the ones that's clean and pure, the perfect motherfuckers. If they don't mind moving out the way, because he needs some room to bring the heathens in.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me? And I dug that. I was like, yeah, that's what it's for.
That's
If you
exactly.
so motherfucking clean and pure, you that clean enough to where you can judge me. You don't need to be in here, doc, because you
Because
that
that's
rough.
what church is for. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
It's for the outcasts and the sinners and the folks who don't walk the straight and narrow.
And once
That's
again, we're not saying all churches. I'm just telling you from my experience, and I do know that young lady that shit happened to. And a lot of people that watch me know what I'm talking about. And damn.
a lot. That's why a lot of now I will say black people. That's why a lot of black people have turned away from the church because they have experienced what we call church hurt. When
Oh, it's a term for it.
yeah, it's church hurt. They've experienced church hurt in some shape, form, or fashion. Like there's so many men, like this dude I used to work with. He grew up in the church, and I can't even remember his name. I want to say he was from like Alabama, South Carolina. I know he was from a southern state, and he was gay. And he said that he knows that he was gay because he was molested by the deacons and the ministers at the church. And he said what they were doing was they would mess with the boys because they knew the boys weren't gonna tell nobody. So church hurt. This is supposed to be the place where you go where if somebody in your house or outside the church is doing this to you, you and the people who are the leaders who are supposed to teach and are there to lead you on the path of righteousness, so to speak, for lack of a better term. And these are the people that's hurting you.
And them same folks will lead a crusade to ridicule the shit these children are doing. You understand what I'm saying? When really, in essence, nigga, you want to hit one of these little boys. See, I hate y'all niggas. Like, I ain't even, God forgive me. I ain't even supposed to, like, I just, you know, I told you what happened to me when I was a kid. Like, it's like, it seemed like that shit old, and it seemed like that shit. I hope that crime is being punished way more than it was even back then. I'm talking about from the big guy. I'm talking about from the big guy, young.
Oh yeah. They get so up.
Y'all nigga gotta stop playing. Like, and then the thing is, bruh, man, I'm old. Y'all, you know how old I am. I can go out here right now, turn around, smell good too, and all you gotta do is just, you still like, man, you don't even gotta go through all that. These hoes just talk to you have to turn around, bitch, bitch be on your shit, nigga, before you like. But what it is these niggas don't know how to talk to women. They don't. They weird.
But you know what though, and what people fail to understand too is when it comes to things like rape and stuff like that, it's not even about sex. That shit is about power.
Yeah.
It's not even about the sex. It's about the power, and that's really what it boils down to. So any man that will rape a woman or a child or rape anything or anybody, they got some shit going on. It's a power struggle for them. It's a power trip. That shit don't be about the sex at all. It's a power trip because
you're right.
if it wasn't, because they're doing this to people that they know can't fight back or who can fight back but won't win.
I don't. I just can't understand. Like, I mean, even when it's like okay, a teacher, like how those teachers be like.
Yeah, one just got caught at Stonecrest.
What?
He was
black folk.
Special education paraprofessional.
He messed with one of the special ed students.
Yeah.
See. Now, see, Yana, let me tell you something. Like, this is when, like, that black on black shit. See, y'all niggas is like y'all niggas don't understand. Like, that's when we, like, see, we need to get that nigga there, man, to take his ass in the back somewhere, do something real bad to him. I don't advocate violence, but I advocate violence against a special ed teacher that'll take the advantage of a special ed student. I'll bust his ass. I swear to God on my mama, I'll bust him. I'll take it and I'll go to jail for it. Yeah, I will. Because he got, but oh man, I didn't even know that, man. That shit just hurt. That hurt. Mm-hmm. Like, we gotta protect our children, bro. We gotta protect our kids, and we gotta, bro. You don't do that to them, bro. The fuck is wrong with you, home? What count? That mean he going to the cab.
Yeah, he did. He taught at Hawthorne High School.
Oh, it's great. You know why? Because even when y'all niggas going to protect the custody, get wet.
Somebody gonna get you. Somebody
man, listen, man. Yeah. So okay, yeah, I'm cool on that. But I still would bust his ass. I hate a nigga that. Now, let's talk about when. Okay, when you were 17,
and
if you end up come up with a 20-year-old nigga, let's talk about that. Let's talk about when your boyfriend 20, you 17, you're a senior in high school. He's a sophomore in college. Shit, y'all been fucking, you've been fucking and all that, and and I the dad get mad or some shit. He want to go call the police. Is that really a crime taking place here?
Technically, I don't know. I can't say.
That's
I
tough.
can't.
Yeah.
It's because first of all, is a biological and scientific fact that that women mature faster than men.
Yana, we were running around with y'all. Hold up. I just realized today I'm 2 classes ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was 1 class ahead of you.
Yeah.
Come on, we were riding around with y'all in cars and shit, Yana. So you mean to tell me we were committing crimes?
If you were 18 and we was and the girls 15 to 16 and maybe even 17, yeah. Because up until that thing happened with Janarlo Wilson, there was no age of consent in Georgia.
Okay. So
As long as she was
flip it.
considered a minor, you was
Let me
fucked up.
flip it. Let me flip it. You remember me, Yana? I'm your big brother. I'm Pearl. Now you know, in the 8th grade, the 9th or 10th grade, like I was just telling somebody the other night. I said, I throwed up on the bus one day. I got off the school bus, and the prettiest girl, I was at Brockcliffe then. She was a senior, baddest mom, and we end up. She picked me up, but I end up. I used to tear her ass up every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, I ain't going to basketball. Fuck that. I ain't going to none of practice. I used to tear her ass up, and I never told nobody. I didn't even tell Julius because she made me. But I used to give her that thrill, and she had her boyfriend was popular too. But anyway, was she raping me, Ayana?
Yeah, she was.
She was statutory raping me once.
And you know what? And
I
that
wouldn't have pressed charges.
you
I,
wouldn't
I,
have, your
I would.
mama was the one who would have done it. You were a minor, you couldn't press charges, but your mama could.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Mama. No, I don't know. Mama done caught me a couple of times. Uh, she went. Mama went to press charge.
Well, I'm gonna tell you about me. If some old head got on mine, oh, she would have had a problem out of me. She
Wait,
would have.
okay, so wait. I'm saying how old though?
Okay, so if my baby was in high school and he say he was in 10th, 11th grade, and some damn woman that was
College.
yeah, if she was like 19 to 20, no ma'am, we're not doing that. Because number one, again, it's a biological and scientific fact that women mature faster than men.
Yeah.
So she already got you on that. Then she got you on these years. Sis into some shit that you ain't into. You ain't ready for that.
Hey, y'all look. Hey, so how old is your son right now?
He 27.
So
He'll be 27 this month.
What if he? What if he bring like like he said, Mom, I got a new girl. We're gonna come to dinner and shit. You know what I'm saying? Me, you, and Derek. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hang out and shit. Then goddamn Derek already know because he goddamn went to the car and shit, helped him bring some shit in the house and shit. Old as fuck though, bitch. By God. Big graduated at 87. Big graduated at 87.
Hell, she's older than me. No. No, ma'am. Absolutely not.
He
No, ma'am.
though, y'all. Nigga 27 though. You ain't going.
No, we're not doing that. You
Well,
is not
my mama didn't play that shit, but I just try to bring them old ass bitch home, boy.
No.
Yeah, mama ain't going.
If me and her can carry on the conversation and we can remember the same shit.
Yeah, y'all used to do whopping shit together and shit. Like, yeah. He ain't gonna do that. No, your son a player though. He ain't gonna.
If she can say she remember motions and
right.
559 and Sharon Showcase, she too.
Oh, y'all used to get y'all half kids at the same place.
No, we're not doing that.
Or she can tell you about taking pictures at Harris and shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
we're not doing that.
Shit, my son though, Shaq. I used to want him to like, okay, when Shaq was 24, 25, the 30, 32s and 33s jumped on him. And they used to be, it really when you and some women when they get that age, they fine. But now it's getting older, like the women in the fourth, like y'all generation turning out pretty good. My generation did good, some of them, but
it's the ones that's under us. That's actually because me and my friend were just talking today. One of her friends is 34, and she was messing with this dude that's 27.
Wait, you said one of her friends, so she got two.
So one of my friends was telling me about her friend that's 34.
Oh, okay.
Working with a dude that's 27 years old.
Oh, 7 years.
This nigga done fell in love with her, and this ain't what she want.
See,
That ain't what she want.
let me ask you something. What okay, at that age, she's 37,
She 34.
34. What does she want at that age?
She don't want a relationship.
Why they do? Why women choose to get in their 30s and be I ain't married, get liberated and just freak off, just freak the fuck out, just like the best fun I've had.
Because all through their teens and 20s,
They went through.
they were tied down to fuck boys, and
right.
they didn't really know what they wanted. Like in their 30s, by the time we reach 35, we have a general idea of what we want. And so, and I think that's at the point where we decide that we learn that we can have, for lack of a better term, we can have a situationship where all we do is fuck and you go home and I go home and that's it.
Y'all do it better than the niggas do it. Like y'all, because the niggas start looking around and shit. And I ain't gonna cap. I've been like that because we got egos. It ain't about like I don't even want you. I just like
it's like I can't believe you don't want me.
That's what it be for real. And it's like, and it's like that's some good shit. And another thing, I'm gonna tell you what used to fuck me up. I've been around a chick for about 2-3 months and she ain't fell in love with me yet. I used to be like, damn, they be retarded. I always be like, man, something wrong with it. Like, no, it don't be that. She just be like, really about we fuck buddies. Cause we'll start off being like, yeah, shit, I'll take it.
And that's the thing, it's like, and then another thing that a lot of us can do is that when we start catching feelings, we can fall back and y'all don't even know we fell back.
I'm fucking ice cold. That shit one time. Well, I'll say this right now. Yeah, I'm so open. I'm transparent as fuck right now for to share some real gangster shit. I fell for this chick. You know what though? You just said something. It ain't even that it happened to women. I was tied down to a motherfucker for years. Family situation. I was on the run too though, Yana. So you gotta understand that was the best thing for me at that time. I was in family life. I was coaching. And I sold the most drugs than I ever did at that time. It was for real. And I had a different clientele. It was 90210. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was real. So I stayed out the way and I was comfortable. Now, this was when VHS tapes were still, they were going out. DVD were coming in. I can remember myself having so much money. I done fucked every bitch in Magic. I done or something going on. I used to go by. I remember going to the goddamn in Lindbergh. They had this store like a head shop. But I remember going to buy tapes and shit late at night just to go buy fucking VCR tape. Look at bitches, fine bitches and shit. I wasn't into her. I was just comfortable with the living situation. She was doing fairly well. I was doing good in the street. Kids, everything was good now in their eyes. One big happy family. But I went into that shit, man. And when we did fool around, have sex or whatever, we used to have to fake like it's love. Oh, I love you. I love you too. Yeah, we just fucked. No, we didn't fuck. We made love. All that old shit. Ooh, I love you. You know what I mean?
Right.
She hated me, and I loved you. I loved you. You hated me. I hated your motherfucking ass. We hated each other. But people stop doing that shit. If you know, I suggest you go to cut that shit off right now and go to move on with your life. I watch you the whole leading up to your marriage and shit, the dates, all that shit. And what it did was y'all should have documented that shit. What it did was it give people like me hope that the shit still can be done at this age in life. But what I'm realizing is because I start to look around, it's not just you. Y'all motherfuckers is fine as fuck. Y'all age bracket, and we still in good shape. Your husband, look, you know what I mean? Want to play up to him now? Look at me. We play we some 80s niggas. And we still out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it is a group of them niggas that's off deck too now. They that's on them though.
Oh yeah.
They hate me. They don't like I got a bunch of them that went to school with us that they just look at me too. They don't, like, nigga, what's up? Better be glad I'm because I take pride in, I'm still fucked up, Them niggas they don't like me and shit. I don't want to call no names. That shit ghetto and stupid. I'm grown. We got a good thing going. I'm gonna keep it going. But if I ain't have no girl, I'd knock y'all nigga wives down. I don't even understand why them hoes with you. I don't like them niggas because they it's like, yeah, I don't know. I might not never grow up. I don't give a fuck. I just, I'm a real person. I like real shit. But what y'all did was let people like us know that we still can, because there's a lot of people that we went to school with ain't married or single or
Yeah.
a lot of motherfuckers.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of that is attributed to the fact that we didn't, and they not just single; they probably been married already and they're
Right.
divorced. But
Divorce.
because we didn't really understand the dynamic of a relationship and a marriage and what it's supposed to be like, because that's not something that we're taught. And even if we grew up in a two-parent household, because my parents didn't get divorced till I was 16, so basically I grew up in a two-parent household.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So we grew up in a two-parent household and we don't see the bad, we always see the good. So it gives us a jaded, not even jaded, it gives us a misconception of what marriage is.
I think I think that in that time in the 80s, our parents hated each other so much, but a lot of them stayed together just for the sake. They were still on.
They had us.
Yeah, you got to stay together for the sake of the kid.
Yeah, and the thing about that is, and I know so many people who've done that, and your child at school cutting the food because they know that you unhappy. So yeah, like they at school cutting up. Your kids are more perceptive than we give them credit for.
You better
So
know.
like when I left my ex-husband, so this nigga, we had both, so we were working for my mama. My mama laid us off because she had to, and I later found out that she did that to help me get away from him. So she laid us off.
Hold up, shout out to mama. Goddamn, good move, mom.
Oh yeah, my mama was we both. I had gotten a job. He couldn't find one, so he decided to go to school. Cool, no big deal. You go to school. His mom had passed, so we had money to keep the bills going or whatever. So it wasn't no big deal. But I had been unhappy for so long. And what I had to do, people were like, well, why did you stay so long? Because I had to get over it to get out of it. So he said something to me that morning.
Did you realize you had to do that, Yana? That you had to stay here to get, okay, that's good.
Oh, yeah. I've always been that type, like, I'm gonna get over you before I leave you. That way I know I won't take your motherfucking ass back.
Ooh. Ladies, the fuck y'all talking about? Get this good game.
Yeah, I'm gonna get over you while I'm still there.
Do you think you do more damage to yourself? I'm sorry. Do you think you do much? Hey, this shit, like, goddamn, Yana. Do you think you do more damage to yourself when you just dash? Like, fuck the shit, nigga. Because you're going to come back. You go,
Yeah, because what happens is because then you train this person, and this goes for men and women. You train this person to know that you can pretty much do whatever the fuck you want to do. You can fuck up as often as you want to, and no matter what, they're gonna take you back.
Take you back, yeah. That was dope. So get back to how you did it. So was this calculated? Okay, yeah, nigga, I'm gonna stay with you. So that means you had to go through the motions sometimes.
Yeah, like I didn't know when I was gonna leave, but I knew that I had to.
Right. Okay. So
but when I started planning my exit, that was extremely calculated. But the day that I left, I just did it on a whim because he pissed me off that morning. And I was like, you know what? I'm done with this shit. But
Okay. You
prior to
already
that, he had bought me a car, and the car was paid off. So we had two cars in his name, which means we were buying two tags on his birthday. So the
right.
way I finessed it, I said, well, let's do this. Since my car is paid off, sign the title over to me. That way we won't be, because we were paying a car note in tags. Okay. So I said, sign the title over
Oh
to
shit.
me. So my tag, we purchased my tag in August, your tag in December. That way we ain't paying, because literally we were paying almost a mortgage in tags, because he had a 2004 Yukon and I had a Lexus. So we paying like $600 in tags at one time. So like, let's split that up. That was the first thing I did. Then
Calculated move, right?
my mama, this is when the housing market was bad. So you could buy houses for little or nothing. So my mama was out looking for townhouses. She was saying she was getting a rental property, to generate wealth for the family or whatever. So we found a rental property, so-called rental property. She done remodeled it. She had carpet done, had it painted, had some stuff added to it.
Was this part
And
of Yana? Was this part of her plan?
absolutely was part of her plan. So she was, she said it was gonna be a rental property and all this different kind of stuff.
Right.
And I was with her for 3 months because I had surgery. I mean, I'm open about it. I had a tummy tuck, and so I stayed with her
Good job.
for the recovery period for 3 months.
Right.
And so this is when all of this stuff was going on with her buying the townhouse and all this different kind of stuff. So I went back home. I had the tummy tuck in January. I went back to the house in April. And it still took me a little while to leave because I didn't know how I was going to do it.
Right.
So this particular morning, I got up to get dressed to go to the gym, wasn't doing nothing no different. We had dropped the kids off at summer camp. I think he dropped them off because he had to go to school that morning. Dropped the kids off at summer camp. And like I said, he said something that morning that made me mad. I called my mama. And while I'm calling her, I'm throwing my shit in trash bags. And I called my mama. I said, Ma, he get out of school at 11:30. He'll be home by 12:15. I need to get my shit and Khalil's shit out of here before he get here.
Wow.
And my mama came over there. We loaded up her car and my car
Y'all
with
did it in cars.
huh?
So y'all did it in cars.
Yeah, and I ain't take nothing but clothes. I left the furniture. I left everything there. I took my clothes. I took my son's clothes. I took all of our stuff. When I tell you, me and my mama's cars both was filled. The trunk and the whole car was. So I even took the damn dogs. Was full of stuff. So that morning, I took my stuff to the townhouse. Because mind you, she had already the lights was on, the cable was on, the water was running, all of that. It was completely furnished. And after I dropped the stuff off at the house, I went and picked my son up from summer camp. And when I picked, he was 14. This
Yeah.
was the year he went to high school. I picked him up and I said, listen, I just left Adrian. We done left the house. You ain't got the, because he wasn't happy either. And
So,
he was
so he did know what was going on.
he didn't know he did, but I didn't know realize that he knew. This is what I'm saying. I didn't
Oh,
realize that he was paying that close attention.
right.
And he said to me, he said, Ma, he said, I was just waiting on this to happen. He said, because I knew you weren't happy. He said, and I knew that at some point, he said, after a while, at some point, me and him was gonna come to blows.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He said, me and that
Because he's paying attention and that shit building up inside of him. And
and he was at that age, he was 14. So that's when he was starting to, that's when y'all start smelling yourself
yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he was in the process of becoming a man. Even though he was 14, that's the beginning stages of coming into his own and coming to his manhood. And he was like, I knew sooner or later that me and him was gonna come to blows. And I said all that to say kids are more perceptive than we give them credit for. So
Did
we
you realize at that moment that you had raised a smart young man and that you knew your son was going to be all right, though? Because what took place right there at that moment was, I mean, a couple of things could have happened, but for him to be that intuitive and to know that this moment was going to happen, that should let you know that the values and the morals that you instilled in him
mm,
were, on point.
oh, absolutely. So you know, people that stay in unhappy situations because they got kids, that's not fair to the kid because they know that you're unhappy.
It hurts the kid.
It does. And especially where women who don't have sons don't understand this, but the relationship between a son and his mama
It's
is
real.
is something completely different.
Yes, it is. And it's see, I can appreciate it because that's why I was so understanding with me, my son, and his mom's situation. Because he would come get with me and he'd be, and I'd be like, yeah, yeah, because I'm always, I never went against him. Like we have each other no matter what. But I would always bring it back around because I knew the relationship that me and my mom had and where it is now and the struggles that we had to go through. If it
Mm.
wasn't for my mom, I wouldn't be half the nigga I am now. She basically, hey, my mama called me this morning. I'm gonna tell you something, young. And I have to let her know. So you're gonna be able, this gonna let you know how don't never think that you no matter what, like you always y'all moms like when you got that type of relationship, it don't die. My mom called yesterday, could nobody get me. When I decided I'm gonna sleep all day, so she hit old girl. Old girl's like, shit, yeah, I go wake him up right now. I'm like, nah, let him sleep. She called me this morning, checking on you, you know. Uh I worry about y'all so much, talking about me and my sister shit. And I'm old, my sister old as fuck. I said, Mom, what the fuck you talking about? Now, come on, baby, you did, I have to let her know that if she basically she had to push me out there, when y'all met me, and my mama didn't push me out there, I wouldn't be who I am today. And basically what she did was mama pushed me out of Decatur, man. Mama, because if I'd have stayed out there, I would have went to prison, I would have died. I was robbing everything on Columbia Drive, Capitol, like we were goddamn tearing that shit up. We just keep guys with you. And Julius. You remember Julius?
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. Julius. And they probably got me fucked up. But yeah, so she's so strong and she sometimes moms do shit that they don't want to do. And then when she did it, it's some shit called crack happened. So can you imagine? My mom told me, man, for like over 30 some years, she have anxiety at night about me. I'm somewhere chilling up in a hotel against, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
all in it. My mama worried about me. See, especially when you don't do it with the dad, you have to. How does Derek and your son get along now? It's real good.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. So, do he have any kids of his own?
Mm-hmm. He got his boys grown, but they on the West Coast.
Okay, so his kids already grown.
Yeah.
That's dope. Y'all got somewhere to visit on the West Coast.
You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. I had one. Wait a minute, let me get my phone. I had one to ask you about. Yeah, man, you gave me 10 hands by Will. Them. I gotta go get some fucking medicine, man. I was finna go out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even see that shit, man. That shit just it's in the air, man.
It's be flying.
She got me fucked. Hold on, I got one more shit. Oh, hey, have you heard about that? It's a women's football league. You heard about that shit?
Mm-hmm.
I got a yeah, some of them girls fine in here too. But I wanna check that shit out. I've always thought that would be pretty good. So I didn't know that they oh, if you know anybody that got kids that play ball that's looking for somewhere to play,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can send them my way. I need some coaches too. If you know anybody that's interested in coaching,
Oh, might be interested. I ask him.
yeah, yeah. I'm finna run a yeah. Tell them I'm by the second season we're gonna be going national though. We're gonna be traveling. Shit, I'm trying to do some different shit, and the kids ain't gonna have to pay. I thought about it. I'm gonna just do this shit. I don't want nobody to pay.
Yeah, you can get sponsors that that
Yeah,
cover.
I got some shit like that, but
Yeah,
it's just some shit I want to do.
yeah.
I
I'll let them know.
Yeah, let them know, and just anybody that So in a couple of weeks, I wanna have we're gonna bring some friends on here with us.
Okay,
I got like I let you bring three, I bring three, and we just gonna I decide like how we gonna do it, but this shit growing. I gotta call. I'm gonna call you tomorrow offline. Uh,
okay.
chop it up with you, let you know like what's going on. But man, please, this shit right here might be something. I gotta get off. Right, I sound bad. I gotta go take care of myself.
Yep, and this in 4 more minutes it'll be my husband's birthday. So shout out.
Yeah. Go do your thing, man. Tell bro I said happy birthday, man, and yeah, we'll get together. I forgot it's his birthday tomorrow, so I'm not gonna call you. I'll call you Sunday.
Okay,
Maybe.
call me Monday because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
these streets all weekend.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I hope y'all enjoy it, man. I get which I appreciate you, Yana.
Oh, of course. Thank you.
All right, babe.
All right, be good.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah, man. Y'all see it. My little sister did keep a Trill with y'all down there. Oh, yeah. Y'all got to goddamn get your thinking cap on and shit. Shawty just put it down. Uh, Once again, let me keep my shit prayer, friend. Man, fuck Polly, man. I hate Polly. She got me fucked up.